If you have recently started learning any instrument, not just piano, then you'll realize that music is actually all about patterns. Let's talk about patterns for a sec. Chord structures, it's where music starts really. C, E, and G. This actually has a pattern in it already. Whenever you play a C major triad, you've got a major third and a minor third. Now, when we put anything that contrasts together, it's musical. It's like having the right balance of savory and sweet in your meal when you're cooking, right? It's the same thing with music. We create beautiful sound by finding the contrasting elements, all right? And so we've got a major triad and a minor triad. These put together create a pleasing sound to our ear, a balanced sound because we've got both major and minor. Whereas if we took two major intervals and put them together, it's not balanced anymore. We've got something called an augmented chord, and the same goes for diminished chords, which is two minor thirds. Now this is stuff that you might understand already, but it's really, really fascinating to understand the patterns behind it. So when you get into this, you'll start to realize, hang on, if that's the pattern, then maybe I could add another major third on top. Because now we've got major, minor, major. We've got two major thirds and one minor third, but hang on, the minor third's in between, so it sort of still sounds balanced. We could do the same thing, but starting with a minor third, then take a major third, then take a minor third. And then we've got, and this is also a balanced chord. It's something we can finish a song on. Whereas if I finish like this, it's certainly still really cool, but it feels like it's going somewhere. I'd like to go into a bit more depth with chords. So when we're talking about a C chord, it's a happy chord, right? It's a C major chord. Why is it major? It's because that major interval is on the bottom of the chord. That's why it's a happy chord, because the major interval is the foundation of the chord. Whereas if we took the minor chord, we've now still got a balanced chord, but the minor interval is at the bottom of the chord and the major interval is on top. This, when you understand this, it is so freaking cool. You wouldn't believe how cool it is when you get your head around these basic concepts of chords, because you start to understand how to manipulate your chords and how to add more color to your chords. You also understand how to interpret your chords into the feeling that you're trying to create, or how to take your feeling and interpret it into chords, I should say. So if I want to make a sound that's very sinister and not balanced, then I could choose my diminished chord. It sounds unbalanced and it sounds scary or obscure in a very dark way, you know. These chords, they all have a different feeling attached to them. And if you can learn what the feeling is, then you can start to create an emotional journey through all of your songs based on your chord choices. And it's so cool when you can do that. It's so, so cool. So look, I'm gonna just create something. I'm feeling inspired now. I'm gonna create something using the understanding of chords and the way that they make me feel right now. And I'm gonna try and create a bit of an emotional journey. And there you have it. A quick little explanation to chords and understanding the way they make you feel.